it's human nature to want to be the top spot.
100%.
It's like we all want to be that guy, but I don't want to be that guy.
No.
I want to be around the guy.
Yeah.
Because if I'm at the top, there's a target on my back.
100%.
And I understand, and you're only a matter of time until someone's taking shot. Mentor, pay my rent for me.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan Jukes is of whatever.
And as a photo of me, you, Pete Cohen, Sarah Moxham, Steve Gooley, a few of the people who are legends in the game. Yeah. And I remember saying, like, I would fucking love to work with that guy. I've never once seen you fuck anyone over, and I've known you a long time.
Yeah. You get a text from someone that used to literally cheer onto stage, and you they message you and you just think,
fuck off.
Who's this guy?
Yeah.
That's frightening. It's like, imagine being at the top of your game, but no one even likes you. There's the act as if you already are.
Yeah.
And then there's just being an outright liar.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in the space who get a level or a rank, or they've fit in, or let's be honest, they've sucked on someone's titty.
Yeah.
To get to that rank or to get to that level.
Yeah.
And then they change who they are dramatically based on that. And I think it's a powerful industry, but there's also, like you said at the beginning, there's them toxic traits that the levels of leadership give to someone. Yeah. Where they kind of abuse that. You know what I mean?
They act like it's a game of me. I understand it's a game of we.
Yeah. What happens with most people, I find, is that they'll tell you they're going to do something. 10 years later, they're saying the same script to the same people in a different room.
If you want to be a high performance person, you need to have a coach that you can call when you need something and they don't have an unconscious bias. Yeah. Yet they call someone a great leader because of their rank. They don't even know them.
You're fast tracking every single person around you who comes to you and says, I'm ready, because you've done the 8 to 10 years worth of graft. You've eaten the shit. You've slept on the floors. Yeah. You've made no money.
No one ever was willing to come down onto my level genuinely and sit there and show me through it. So again, I saw a gap in the market, if you will. At the end of the day, people stay where they feel valued and they stay where they see progression. That's why people stay in jobs, because they see progression. And when they see that progression kind of get fizzled out, then they look for other.
That's it.
A relationship's exactly the same. As long as someone doesn't feel valued, they start looking elsewhere for what they're looking for. But people, free will and money, which equals disaster, you know? So to be able to make it work just shows that, wow, this guy really has something going for him. But it's like, but in network marketing, you get so focused on to like, this is my leader, this is my upline, and what he does, I'm going to do. I always say to my team, listen, if I leave tomorrow, I hope that you don't just follow me. Now, if they do, then that's great. I'm very honored and whatever. And we did actually have this scenario, unfortunately, not too long ago. But I don't want a team of followers. I want a team of leaders at the end of the day. And so again, that's why I'm able to make decisions. And people will make you feel a bad way if you don't follow them.
Okay, guys, welcome back to another podcast. On today's, I've got an amazing friend, business partner, someone I've been in the trenches with now for well over a decade, I would say. This is a long anticipated podcast. We've been speaking about doing one together. I think this is the first time we've actually been in the room together to sit down on the mic and do something. So I'll introduce you to an amazing human being, a guy called Dan Jukes. Check out his socials straight away. But Dan, I want you to introduce yourself, a little bit about your background, and then we're going to get into some naughty topics.
Yeah, wicked. Well, first of all, thanks for being here. Thanks for having me. And it's amazing setup you got. So yeah, a little bit about me. Obviously, my name's Dan Jukes. I'm 32. Been in the entrepreneurial online space for 10 years. We've probably known each other about 8 years, I'd say. Feels like a long time, but that's the cool thing about when you really do like build connections and stay consistent with it and really build friendships. It does feel like you know each other a lifetime, and you get to go back over so many memories and traveling the world and stuff like that. It's really cool. But yeah, you know, like my background, you know, just grew up pretty much like a lot of people in the entrepreneurial space, just looking for more in the life, always wanted more, always thought differently, and went to uni, went for education system, realized it wasn't for me, or realized it wasn't going to get me to where I want to go. And then found a unique opportunity when I was around 22, which happened to be network marketing. And I've been doing that ever since. But I think we'll get onto the discussion about kind of network marketing and what the power of it, and also the abuse of power of it. And all I can say is that I've had great mentors, and I was very, very fortunate with some of the people I met. So, you know, making money, I was always savvy with it. I wasn't like, you know, no lifestyle inflation, and then used that to obviously invest in other businesses and assets, and kind of here we are today. So it's a long story short, but
that's it. Because I'll never forget. So there's a photo of me and you, and I might even put it up when we post this somewhere. There's a photo of me and you. We didn't really know each other. We're in a company called Organo Gold. Yeah. Ganoderma infused coffee. Still drink it to this day, by the way.
Legendary, yeah.
It's a beautiful coffee. And as a photo of me, you, Pete Cohen, Sarah Moxon, Steve Gooley, a few of the people who are legends in the game.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, like, I would fucking love to work with that guy. Because we'd never actually crossed paths from a friendship perspective at that point.
Yeah.
We were kind of like in the same room at the same events. And then as the years went by, we eventually ended up doing some business together. You got into IM.
Yeah.
I think that's the power of remaining kind of from a friendship perspective,
Yeah.
always, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Like that's the powerful thing about network marketing. You meet thousands and thousands of people. And as I always tell people, it's like my kind of like come up or whatever you want to call it from network marketing was such a slow process, but I always knew I had something to bring to the table. And in network marketing, in business in general or in network marketing, most people measure their success by money. And if you measure your success by money in network marketing, you're going to be extremely disheartened
for a long time.
For a long time. But then you'll miss the magic. Like you'll miss the magic of it. There's a reason why I still do the industry today, even though I have a few people that tell me I'm absolutely mental for still being in there and still doing it. It's because I understand the magic of it, which is the skill building, the relationships and the networks. Because it's like, I can think of a million examples of where, you know, someone's needed something and I was there to help them, and it was nothing to do with financial. Sometimes it's just being a friend. Sometimes it's like my friend is going through this and they need this, and it's like, well, I know someone who's got that, and people don't understand the power of that because they're too money orientated, and
people are chasing the short term version of themselves that they want to be. And I think that's one thing. Like when I came to Marbella, that was my goal. It was like, right, who can I help? So like now I've become almost like a networker in my own area. So if someone needs a lawyer, an accountant, a this, or that, like even you with your visa, like I want to be at a point where if someone asks me for something, I've got a great connection, a great friendship. And I think the one thing that I've always respected with you as well is like, I've never once seen you fuck anyone over. I've known you a long time. And I think that's something that we've both got such a good character on, is that we've always led with the longer term vision. Like and there's a chessboard here, but we're always playing chess from a long term perspective. Like we know where we're going to be in 5, 10, 15 years. So the short term money that we're earning, it doesn't really necessarily matter because we already know what we're going to do. And now we're sat here 8, 10 years later, fucking thriving, you know, and flying.
100%. I think the problem with like this society and this generation, we've been like hardwired. I mean, I've like devoured so many personal development books. Most of them are garbage, but some of them have got some really special things in there. And obviously I'm big on Napoleon Hill and all these kind of guys. And there's a book called The Go-Giver. And actually Napoleon Hill says that the era of the go-getter is gone. It's the era of the go-giver. And like everyone's grows up in corporate world. It's dog eat dog world, blah, 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 blah. So what it causes is like people build friendships or business relationships and it's all transactional. It's like, okay, I'm going to help Brad as long as Brad has got something for me. And that's just such a small-minded, short-term, like short-sightedness from people.
For sure.
Whereas I kind of just understood, you know, the biblical, you know, kind of essence of you reap what you sow. Everyone calls it karma or whatever they want to call it, but it's just true. And I just thought to myself, and also you can learn so much by just observing other people. And it's network marketing is just such a great example. I've seen so many people who are like a celebrity status and now they're just irrelevant. Like, let's not name names, but like you get a text from someone that used to literally cheer onto stage and you just they message you and you just think, who's this guy? And that's frightening. It's like, imagine being at the top of your game, but no one even likes you. Like that's terrifying. So you can learn a lot from observing other people and being like, okay, I don't want to be like that. So how can I be different? And, you know, end my point with like, I saw a massive gap in the market, if you like, of just authenticity because if you're yourself, it's consistent because
that's where a lot of people do is they change they're almost like a chameleon. They'll fit into what the nature of that topic is that they need to be. Like I see it here in Marbella. 1 minute they're insurance, the next minute they're in real estate, the next minute they're trying to fucking sell you a chessboard and you're like, wait a minute, what do you actually do? Whereas if we're always consistent with who we are, the character that we are as a person, you can never hide that because it's you. And I think I fell into that in network marketing because my uplines at the time were telling me to portray a different version of myself because I wasn't getting the results that I desired. Making $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, bumbling around at every event. You know, me and you were probably the fucking ride or dies at every event, traveling the world, and we're looking at his bank accounts like, Jesus Christ.
Literally running a negative business. No, 100%. It's because, you know, there's act as if you already are.
Yeah.
And then there's just being an outright liar.
Yeah.
So it's like, I never like pretended that I had I would like literally in a presentation be like, listen, I'm not there yet, but this is where I'm going to go, and acted accordingly, not literally pretend that I have. And there's a big like difference. I mean, it's like a small, it's like a slight change of paradigm, I guess. But yeah, and that's the thing, man. People
and that's the problem
and
again, I'm going to get onto it, so I might as well die. That's the problem in the network marketing space.
Yeah.
There's too many people giving opinions on things that they don't have the right to give opinions on, because they've listened to it from a presentation.
Yeah.
And I give my dues, if you will, to where I am now, to network marketing, because I understood what Jim Rohn was saying, what Bob Proctor was saying, which was then passed on to some of the leaders like Alex Morton, who is still a fucking beast in the industry, who's done everything that he said he was going to do. And if he texts me today, he'd be the person that I'd reply to. Yeah. Because he's never changed who he is based on the industry. Yeah, true. But like you said, there's a lot of people in the space who get a level or a rank, or they've fit in, or they've, let's be honest, they've sucked on someone's titty to get to that rank or to get to that level. Yeah. And then they change who they are dramatically based on that. And I think it's a powerful industry, but there's also, like you said at the beginning, there's them toxic traits that the levels of leadership give to someone where they kind of abuse that. You know what I mean?
100%. And it's like they say all the right things, but when you look under the hood of their life, things don't add up. And eventually people do the math, you know, and that's like, I mean, it's not just network marketing. It's just a prime example. It's every industry.
That's the industry like, we're in it. So.
Yeah, the whole like coaching game or whatever. I'm not here to bash people, but at the same time, it's like, that's why I stay where I am, because I'm 32 years old. I could start my own courses or whatever, but it's like, imagine how good I'll be at 40 and how much I can serve. And that comes to the fact, the reason why people are so bad at network marketing, and what I understood is because they think they act like it's a game of me. I understand it's a game of we. Yeah. And probably that's coming from a background in football where it's a team game. Like you're in a team game.
Yeah, you can be the best striker, but if everyone around you thinks you're a dickhead, they're not passing you the ball.
Facts, exactly. And I thought that this is the thing, and I fell into it as well. And this way you need to have like you need to be highly personally developed and a very, very high like teachability index and extremely humble. Yeah. Because it's human nature to want to be the top spot.
100%.
It's like we all want to be that guy. Yeah. But I don't want to be that guy. No. I want to be around the guy. Yeah. Because if I'm at the top, there's a target on my back. 100%. And I understand, and you're only a matter of time until someone's taking shot. Yeah. And this is what I understood, and this is what most people don't understand. They see their uplines or their mentor, like, because one day they're the mentor, then they're the devil. I've been that many times, you know, mentor, pay my rent for me. Yeah. Oh, Dan Jukes is of whatever. Yeah. And that's fine. That's just a lack of personal development on their side. But it takes a lot of humility to say, you know, I've helped this person achieve this rank. Yeah. And I'm very grateful to see them winning. That's very difficult, you know. And people say it's one of those where it's like, oh, I won't be like that. Well, you wait until your upline is like just chilling around because they've done the work and you're in the trenches, dog work. But that's just the industry you picked. But it's the same as a job at the end of the day. In fact, it's even worse. Yeah. But that is it. Like, people are playing a we game. Yeah. But they're playing a me game instead of in a we game. Yeah, and
I think that's where, like, obviously the kind of person that you are today is very, very different than 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. Yeah. But like we talk heavily between us about leadership, about community building. And like, when I look at your socials, the great thing that I always see is you're around other people all the time and you're always leading from the front. And I think that was what you were going into from a brand perspective. Like, people look at you and see you as a fucking leader that's doing exactly everything that you say. Because what happens with most people, I find, is that they'll tell you they're going to do something to feed their own ego, to feed that own inner version of them that's like, fucking hell, I've just told him I'm going to go do this. Yeah. 10 years later, they're saying the same script to the same people in a different room, and they've not fulfilled any of that. Yep. Whereas me and you are the type of people where we'll say we're going to do something, and you'll never hear from it again until in 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 5 years, a decade in our case. You're now seeing them, the kind of the fruit of the labor come through. And I think we'll dig into like the leadership side of things, because I think that's an area that I see I would say probably one of the best in the game at. when it comes to leadership and community building. I know I'm good at building communities, but like I'm seeing the group of people you've got following you and traveling all over the world, and I'm like, fucking hell, like this is impressive, because that for me is the day-to-day life of what people miss. They're not around people who are motivating, inspiring them, and actually genuinely wanting to see them win. You've got people with shaking your hand and then got a fucking knife in their hand.
Facts.
Ready to stab it into you or take money out of your pocket.
And
I think I'd like you to share a little bit about your kind of like thoughts on leadership, on community, and what it is that, you know, you see is missing in today's day-to-day stuff that could be tweaked. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it's a big subject, and I will say this as well, is that if you really want to do this, and really, because everyone's a leader technically, because you've got to get yourself out of bed, so it takes some level of like leadership to, because everything starts with your thought, obviously. And actually, the reason why there's such a boom in the industry of, I say, telling and selling, because it's much easier to tell other people what to do than do it yourself. So trading's a prime example. It's like, I'll just tell everybody else what to do, but I won't do it myself, or everything. But obviously trading, we're in the industry. But I will say this, it's like, I got really serious about my life, obviously way back, but I got really obsessed and serious about leadership. And I work with a coach, you know, Pete Cohen, who I literally to this day, that's the funny thing. Not many people have a coach. They have a coach for a year until they need a new mentor, because this one's not cutting it. But
all the change companies,
I have this like level of humility, and I don't follow Pete for what he has. I follow him for who he is, and that's so important.
And that's
so
one thing I always remember with him. Like, he would deliver an exceptional talk. Whether he was living in a fucking camper van, or he was living in a multi-million-pound villa, the level of like leadership that he has and his coaching level for me is impeccable. Like, I remember listening to one of the very first calls from your connection. And he did a call about mindset, and I was sat there. I'm like, it was the first time in a long time where I was like, shit, I've actually got to get a pen and paper,
bro.
Because like I'm used to being on these mindset calls where they're regurgitating the same
Bob
fucking
stuff,
waffle. Bob Proctor's a G, but only if you implement it. And I'm sat there like, shit, I've actually got to get a pen and paper. Like, go on, Pete, keep going. Well, I had to go from the camera. Like,
100%. And you know, like, he's been a coach for me, and I will say this: if you want to be a high performance person, you need to have a coach that you can call when you need something, and they don't have an unconscious bias. They don't have a transactional mentality towards what you're doing. And that's why Pete's just a great friend, and just love him like so much as a person and as a coach or whatever. But he'll always tell me what I need to hear, and he's not in the industry, or he's not my direct upline. He doesn't actually benefit from me. And so I really want to share this because it's important. You need to understand why you are the way you are, and you need to understand like why you're passionate about these things. And that's why people rush into building courses or whatever without figuring out the depth of it. So I'll share with you this. Leadership became important to me because when I backtracked my life was a series of people letting me down, from growing up and not having, you know, a father figure in my life, and always chasing that. And every time I put my faith in someone, they'd let me down, from a relationship standpoint, from friendships, from being rejected in football. And it led me into a very difficult place when I was about 17. And I basically woke up to the fact that no one's coming to save me. And I know everybody says that because it sounds good, but I say it because I understand it. And so now I'm very mindful of that. So I've always been somebody who's very no one can honestly say that I've like you said, I don't say that it's not a flex. It's just true. And I understand this. If you're as good as you say you are, you won't need to tell anyone, because they'll tell everyone for you. That's why I've spent 5 minutes telling everyone how good Pete is. Pete doesn't need to self-promote, because when you do what you say you're going to do,
people will say
it works.
When you're not in the room.
Exactly. And so I understand leadership is so important to me because I've never had anyone that led me. So I realized I have to be the leader of myself. And then now it's more important than ever, because there's a lot of people living in, you know, like the turmoil that we're in, and everyone's looking for a leader. And let's be honest, you're not looking at a government to save you anymore, are you? Because everyone, even the people that were blinded to it, are seeing what it's about. So leadership became important to me. Then I needed to decide on a style. And I prefer like a lot of like faith-backed leadership. So I listened to John C. Maxwell. Guy's absolutely incredible. And again, built the biggest church one of the biggest churches in the world when he was 30 years old. That's the person I want to listen to.
Yeah.
And just to go back to network marketing very quickly, it's like they say all the right things, you know, rank is the lowest form of leadership.
Yeah, fact.
Yet they call someone a great leader because of their rank. They don't even know them. And that's when everyone started to notice, oh, it's different, because it's like this person reached out saying, I'll do a call for your team. I was like, no, you won't.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but I'm this rank. I don't care what your rank is, mate. It's like, I've seen how you live and I've seen how you operate. Yeah. And that's not the kind of exposure that my group wants. And then that's how you get into the community side of it, because people see it.
Yeah.
They see it. They see how you protect them. Yeah. And they see how eventually, again, the word gets out, because, you know, I've got great people that are alongside me, which is the power of the mastermind. Yeah. And it's not like not me out in front. It's me by your side.
The mix with them all the time.
And they're watching my back while I look forward. Yeah. And as they move forward, I'm covering their back.
This is something that Curtis and the boys mentioned when they were last over. Like, it's very rare that you can come across someone that you don't have a bad word to say about. Yeah. So like, I will listen to them boys talk about you for a good minute. And I'm like, man, I wish fucking Jukes could hear some of this shit. Yeah. Because most of the time, not that they won't tell you. Yeah. But you very rarely hear the good words. Like Pete now he'll watch this and he'll be like, fucking hell, these two guys, nice. It's good. It's a good little bit of a kick. Yeah. You don't need that. Yeah. And I think I think sometimes you also probably need to take a look at where you are and be like, fucking hell, like, I am making an impact, because we're so used to being in the mix all the time. Yeah. Leading from the front, that we don't necessarily get the kudos that we deserve. The communities that you're building, like the impact that you're having on people is truly changing people's lives. Yeah. But sometimes you might not see it like that. You might be like, fucking, I'm just doing what I'm meant to be doing every day anyway. Yeah. And like, listening to that story, like, that touched a bit for me, because I'm like, right, maybe I need to look at that. Because like, I've looked at, my dad was around and he's very impactful, but I've struggled to have someone as an authoritative figure around me. So then I'm like, fucking hell, is that the reason I'm pushing so hard? Yeah. Is it because I want to never let anyone else down? So like, I've had to go through some karmic cycles of my own that I need to cut off, because I'm so used to people pleasing people. Yeah. And helping people when not that they're a lost cause by any means, but they're probably not ready for that. And I'm in the mix with them too much. I'm trying to push them too much, and they're almost like, whoa, I'm not ready for this yet. Yeah. I think that's a very, very big space to be in, is when you're the leader in the trenches, not the leader out front. Yeah. And you see these people, we're talking about rings and stuff earlier on, like, you see people wearing the rings, holding the knives and the swords and shit, top rank in the company. Yeah. How they speak and act at the dinner table. Yeah. You're like, fucking hell, I don't know if I'd want to be around that every day. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, one of the bits of evidence of great leadership is seeing your people's kind of equity curve, seeing their life improve. And I mean, it just, like I said, like, real leadership doesn't need like recognizing, it just happens. Yeah. It just is, that's all I can really say. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate good words, but I'm sure you'll find some people that do have some bad things to say. 100%. I'd be shocked if we didn't.
That is one of the most challenging parts of, because at the end of the day, if you step into a role of leadership of any sort, it doesn't need to be to a big extent. As soon as you step in front of the crowd, it's guaranteed that you will face criticism. 100%. Whether it's valid or not, that's not your problem, and that's not your business, at the end of the day, as Pete used to say to me. Because I tell you what, something for sure, and this is all recent, I spent a whole day with Pete looking into my past. I remember. He had some AI technology that was listening to our conversations, and it picks up on things you repeatedly say, right? And it's really powerful. So I kept saying things. So for example, I would get really frustrated when somebody leaves to go and follow someone else. And I must have said it 3, 4, 5 times. I didn't realize, and it picked up on AI saying that it really affects you when people leave you to follow someone else, because you think that they're not congruent and they're not authentic.
Are we the same person?
and Pete's like, what's your problem? He's like, what's your problem? It's nothing to do with you. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. And I'm like, yeah. And it's like, why does it affect me? And again, it comes down to the fact that it matters to me so much. Yeah. Because of my experience. And
that's powerful, actually,
yeah, it's. I mean, when you listen to yourself back,
Yeah.
you hear a lot of things. Like, for example, I used to say the word frustrated all the time, and that's why a lot of the times you'll hear me say frustration is a paralyzing state, because that's what it used to do to me. Every time I said that something was frustrated, I couldn't get over it. Yeah. And then Pete said to me, "We've been together today, and you've said frustration about 18 times." I was like, "Have I?" And he was like, "Yeah, do you understand it?" And this is what I mean, that this is real actual coaching. This isn't like, oh, I have an upline mentor.
It's not
or like
heebie-jeebie stuff saying, go read and chapter 8 of Think and Grow Rich.
Exactly, yeah. And you need a coach, and it's like, are you willing to actually be coached? Because it's a 50-50 street, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So
and I think that's powerful, because like I only had it, this was probably 2 months ago, where like I had people saying to me like, oh my God, you've changed my life. I've never made this much money in the industry. Yada, yada, yada. 6 weeks later, I'm a cunt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, that was changing. And I've done nothing different. Yeah. I've not changed who I am. I'm still the same. Yeah. But for them, they just have to go off on their own little journey, find out for themselves. Yeah. And like that, again, touching, this is almost like a learning thing for me. I'm like, fuck it, my cogs are turning. I'm like, wow, okay, that's also me. Yeah. I'm like, hey, Pete, do you want to take on another one-to-one coach? Like, I'm ready. Yeah. Because that is it. Like,
yeah, I mean, everything we do, think and feel is from a deeper reason, obviously, you know, everything. Yeah. Why does that? And it's like the most powerful thing you can do is not like, oh, why are they doing that? It's like, why is what they're doing affecting me? Yeah. And then you go from this defensive or offense, whatever, to just like, oh, cool, I'm excited now. I can go and learn something about myself. For sure. And I tell you what, time is a wonderful thing, because eventually, they will say, whether they say it or feel it, they will feel very bad about the way they treated you. And one of the most important things for me is that I sleep well at night. Yeah. You know, like I sleep very well.
Because we know I could, probably both of us now could open up our phones and just say, go. And neither of us are chatting shit. Yeah. Neither of us are talking bad about other people. And I think the big thing for me as well is that we want to see people win. Yeah. Regardless of whether you're in the trenches with us, regardless of whether you're doing the same industry as us, like me and you get on really, really well and have done for years. We've never really crossed paths until I am. So we did 3 or 4 years in Organo. Yeah. Then we did a 3 or 4 year stint in Organo. You ended up outliving everyone in that, which was a G move. And then now we've maintained friendships and we're doing business together. Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of people, when it comes to it, building that, like looking at the leadership side of things, looking at like their vision of their goals. Yeah. All I'm looking at doing now is building pockets of leadership communities. Yeah. People of like-minded individuals who can get together. So like you've just done events and things all over the UK, getting groups of 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, however many people have been getting together. And it's not like you're brainwashing them, but you're just saying to them, look, here's what I've done for the last 10 years. Yeah. This might, or it might not work for you, but here's the vision, here's the journey that I'm going on. Yeah. Do you want to come for the ride? Yeah. If not, good. Yeah. If yes, good. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's funny, isn't it? It pretty much is brainwashing people.
Yeah, it is.
Because they need their brains washed, because at the moment it's getting washed somewhere else. But it's, see, this is another part of knowing what you want to do. There's 2 things to mention on. First of all, from a leadership standpoint, why I stayed in Organo till the end, even though it was stupid. Did the same for IM as well. Just, that's a philosophy of mine. Yeah. It's like the last man standing, and people criticize it or whatever, but I can guarantee you one thing is it's consistent. Yeah. And that's why you build up a good reputation. Again, it's just a philosophy. And if you don't have a philosophy, then you'll always be deviated and you'll always be for sale. Yeah, yeah. That's the truth. Like you'll always be for sale. And in fact, everyone is, because everyone has a price at the end of the day. Yeah. Whether it's 100 million, a billion, or 10 grand, or a fiver for some people, you are up for grabs. But when you have a strong philosophy and you have a set of values that you aren't willing to compromise, that puts you in a completely different level playing field. And then the other thing about that is that I'm so confident nothing or anyone could change my mind that if you work with me, your life will improve. That's not from an ego standpoint. It's just from, I'm so convinced of that. Yeah. I have the faith and the courage to stand in front of anyone and share what I do. Yeah. And whether it's that you lose weight, you get better, you recover from a trauma, you make money, you become a millionaire, whatever, like whatever the outcome is that your life's going to improve. Yeah. And so that's why I still do what I do, because I'm still so convinced. And until
I think that's powerful to have that. Yeah. Because most people go with the wind.
Yeah.
1 minute, so-and-so's saying this, like, oh my God, yeah, we should sell nutrition products. It's like, oh my God, we should be in trading. Oh my God, we should be selling beauty products. Oh my God, we should be doing this. It's like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
You've changed your business 10 times in the last 6 months. No one's joining you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think over the years, we've been so congruent in what it is that we're doing. As characters never wavered. Like, and that's one thing that I can hand on heart say is like, I will not change because of money.
Yeah.
Like, my missus says it all the time. She's like, fucking hell. She can't believe how much money you're earning. You're still a goofy bastard. Like, you still do this, you still do that. But that, I want to be like that. I don't want to become some stuck-up snob who becomes all hoity-toity because I start making money.
Yeah.
Because that's not real. It's not approachable to other people who look and go, fucking hell, I want that life.
Yeah.
How did he get there?
Yeah.
And I think now I'm watching this more than ever, especially like with the network you've got around you, you're fast-tracking every single person around you who comes to you and says, I'm ready. Because you've done the 8 to 10 years worth of graft. You've eaten the shit. You've slept on the floors.
Yeah.
You've made no money. You've fucking sat there in the trenches for years, not making the desired outcome that you want.
Yeah.
Whereas now we're sat here a decade later, like, right, okay, I can show you all how to get at least to where I am.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we can help you make $1 million a month because we've not made that yet.
Yeah.
But I can show you how to get here.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Let's go. And you can hold their hand as you go in, not out front, pointing and saying, here's how you get there. Here's how you should do it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, let's do it together.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, leadership. Well, John C. Maxwell says leadership's influence. I think personally, leadership is more empathy. It's like, and we have a world where everything's very apathy, you know? But empathy is like, okay, cool. Like, that's where you are. I'm making X, 6 figures a month, for example. You're making 1,000 a month, but I have the capacity and the humility to come down and sit with you.
Yeah.
And people aren't willing to do that, man. That's why network marketing is like, oh, if you want my time, I'll book you in for a Zoom call in 3 years' time for 5 minutes. Like they have this, like, as if they're
always so
like,
busy.
Yeah, they're always so busy doing like absolutely nothing, And so like that's where again, it's leadership doesn't need to be like spoken about. It just is what it just is,
Yeah.
And so when you sit down there and people say, wow, you just sat there and spoke to me like a normal human being, because I have this expectation of like being a superhero, which is so toxic, which I was guilty of.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, this person's here. Like they're just a bit of flesh, like arms and legs, the
it.
same as you.
Yeah.
They have great skill sets. They put in hard work. There's a lot to learn from them, but they're not necessarily like a more superior being than you. No. So I think there's nothing powerful than when you can come down to somebody's level. Because at the end of the day, we've all been the same in the same position.
And we needed it 10 years ago. We need someone who was in the space, who was making, we might have been making 500 quid a month. We need someone making 5K a month to come down, give us that little bit of extra belief and say, listen, it is possible. Here's how I did it.
Yeah. And again, that's one thing I could never find in network marketing other than Pete Cohen, and he was a network marketer. And that's no disrespect. I've had some really great mentors and whatever, but I can honestly say, and if they get offended, then that's their problem, that no one ever was willing to come down onto my level genuinely and sit there and show me through it. So again, I saw a gap in the market, if you will. It's like, why don't I become that person? Because it's so impressionable and so inspiring. Yeah. And the old saying, it's like, no one cares what you know until
show them how you care.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, well, let's be in the business of making people feel valued first of all. And then it's like, we'll go from there. Yeah. So,
because that's like now, like even, doing the IB stuff, flying people out to Marbella, coming and doing bits, like they're thinking, fucking hell, like this guy is making money, but he's willing to spend time. He's willing to go for lunch. He's willing to do this.
Yeah.
And I think that is the stuff that sits more with people than showing them you've got a Ferrari, that you've got property, that you've got this, because they see you as a normal ass human being who's the same as them, who's just developed certain levels of skills. We've got another guy in there at the moment who's, he's doing some high ticket stuff. He's doing well. He's been trading 5 years, making good money. But like even yesterday, he was open enough to say, actually, I realize where I'm weak in.
Yeah.
I'm not that good at closing.
Yeah.
I can get someone a call, but then that's my area of like, I'm like, fucking, I'm sick at closing. Like, let me show you this. I'll add you into this. So like showing them the way, rather than being like, can't close, fucking loser, like, and that's how I always used to feel in the network marketing space. I'm like, I'm reaching out to you for help, because I'm willing to do 25-hour days, whatever it takes. I'll fly wherever in the world. Me and you'll be at literally every event all over. And we're almost like waiting for that little bit of attention from someone who's done it. and it's like they're spending time over there with someone who've got 43 legs of placement.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then that person becomes lauded and
Yeah.
flown around all over the way. I'm like,
a lot of favoritism, but you know, but what you said is quite conflicting with the whole, at the end of the day, people stay where they feel valued and they stay where they see progression. That's why people stay in jobs, because they see progression. And when they see that progression kind of get fizzled out, then they look for other.
That's it.
A relationship's exactly the same. As long as someone doesn't feel valued, they start looking elsewhere for what they're looking for. But it's a conflicting thing with the whole, like what you said about having, you know, nice things, because there's a time and place for it, because you need that inspiration. Because at the end of the day, if you don't see someone's life improving, or you don't see the results, then you will be a bit like, oh, should I follow this person? I'm very mindful. I don't really spend too much like money on like clothes and designer stuff, and I'm sitting here wearing some designer. But again, because it's a time and place, I'm aware of people. It's like, well, you have to have that like balance in it, and one way too much of the other can be like a challenge. But at the end of the day, when you're with people, as long as they feel valued and they feel better for being around you, then they'll naturally want to be around you. And then it's like the other thing that you said, which is being too available, which I always really struggled with, because I want you to win so bad that I'm actually going to ruin your whole experience. And now
it's like now the guys are here and I'm available.
Yeah.
And like even Luke said this to me, is like, the next retreat that we do, you should come in and do a talk.
Yeah.
You should come in for the dinner.
Yeah.
20 minutes late.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, it's tough.
He's like, because obviously he's around like Andrew and Tristan and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, they do a whole weekend retreat where people spend tens of thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
They turn up for a 22-minute talk and an 18-minute dinner.
Yeah.
They'll do 40 minutes over the whole weekend, and people are fucking buzzing that they've seen that person.
Yeah, it's true.
He said, whereas sometimes you're too available to that individual that they almost don't appreciate. And then they look and be like, how can this guy afford to spend so much time with me if he's got a business that he's doing that's making him multiple X?
Yeah.
And then it's like that catch-22 that we're both so probably in the mix with that person, ingrained, wanting them to win so bad.
Yeah.
But then on the other side, you're like, am I strangling them? Am I too available? You know? Yeah,
well, it's the law of familiarization, isn't it? It's like people become too familiar with you, they lose the kind of magic of being around you, you know? And so, yeah, that's definitely something that I struggle with. I still struggle to this day at the end of the day.
Heavily.
But yeah, again, it's like, why am I like that?
Yeah.
Why am I like that? Well, probably because I always wanted the attention and I never got it. So I'm going to give this person 10 times to compensate for my missing out, which makes absolutely no sense. Yeah. And you're actually ruining their experience, to be honest. But yeah, it's true. It's a big thing, to be fair.
It is. And I think the more again, we'll end up doing about 1 million podcasts in the end. I can see it. But like this type of stuff, like I'm looking at this now, I'm laughing to myself because I've been sat at the cafe all day for the last 3 days while some of the IBs have been here, like just so I'm around. Yeah. But like they don't really give a fuck that I'm here. Yeah. They're doing their own thing. They're here in the studio, filming some content, recording some bits, benefiting their own stuff. Yeah. I'm just like, hi guys, you all right? Yeah. Coffee? Yeah. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, sure. I'm like, right, okay. I'm like, need to detach that a little bit. Yeah, just 100%. Just a little bit. Yeah. But I'm like, then on the other hand, I'm like, sure you're okay? Yeah. No, they're like, it's like you have responsibility and you want to serve them as best as you can. Because I want to see them get to where I am. Yeah. Because like I've seen my life transform so much in the last. Yeah. I mean, bro, I do want to mention while we're on here is like watching the quantum leap is just like so amazing, bro. And it's like, it's so inspiring and it's like so well deserved as well, because this is what I love about when you stay the course. It is a very strange journey and the whole like compound effect. Yeah. And as I was saying, someone said to me the other day, a dripping tap fills buckets, you know, like eventually, as long as it's still dripping, it's filling. Yeah. And that's hard to understand at the beginning because you're doing so much work, so much work, and you see nothing. But this is where I really change people's mindset to understanding what progression is. Because success, obviously, El Nightingale's got a great, definition of it. But if you seriously put your success down to how much money you make, you're never going to get there. But what I understood in network marketing was I was getting better. Yeah. And that feeling of getting better was so exciting and addictive. Yeah. And it's eventually you get so good that whatever you believe in says, yo, this guy, I mean,
he's starting to expose us. It's like let's pay the geezer, and next thing you know, it's like it all comes at once.
He's
but
starting to actually align with what he was saying 10 years ago. Like, let's give him something.
But the beautiful thing about when you do it right and when you do it properly is when you do get there, you have the capacity to keep it. This is like the biggest thing when it comes to like wealth building, which is something I'm quite like passionate about, is because there's making money, and then there's keeping money, and we know some horror stories, like many, and that's it. And that all comes down from, again, like your humility, who you're following, because if you're following someone who's outliving their own income, and
eventually it's going to catch
naturally you're following a broken system, which a lot of people are, because they're following coaches that don't have the qualifications, not literally qualifications, but have the capacity to lead. And again, it's not a shot, it's just the facts. And so that's another thing that's really served me well, is because I've got so many examples of people that have made a lot of money, and you wouldn't
they're now bums.
Well, I've had that, but also we've got a lot of people that like could have easily gone that way but haven't, and now they're like, oh wow, this makes sense. And that's how you really build like a loyal following, is by really taking care of the people, and they'll figure it out for themselves, because when they look over them, like, wow, I'm so glad I'm here. Like, thank God I'm here.
Because that's what I'm teaching Taylor at the moment. Like this guy's making bank. He lives in Marbella. He's been to 6 different countries last month. Like traveling everywhere. I'm like, mate, I'm taking your passport off you. He's just spunking money. But for him, he's enjoying the journey. But I think at the same time, it's then teaching that wealth building element, because like, obviously as a Forex trader, if you will, like my first car that I was going to buy was obviously a Lambo. Like you see every Forex trader go down the Aventador route. And I was like, right, I want to change my brand and become the person who teaches about wealth generation. To actually keep the money, maintain it, and actually not, just squander it away and look like the rich guy, look like someone who's wealthy. I don't need to tell you, if you notice a nice suit, I don't need to tell you the brand.
Fact.
You'll see it. You'll see how I carry myself. The same with you. So we didn't just shout about the money that we're making, the lifestyle that we've got, this, that, and the other. You'll watch it. And the people who are the brokest shout the loudest. And I see that so many times, like, they're wanting people to win, and I'm just watching them shake the branches of the tree. I'm like, sick, all dead apples are falling off. You can pick all that up. Sweet, I don't want it. And then off the back of that, the ones at the top, you build your such core cult following. Cult group of people who will travel, do fun shit together, do cool shit together. You'll make an absolute abundance of money together. But you'll never waver as your character when you're doing it. And I think that's so important when you're building businesses, building wealth, building income, is that you don't change who you are along the way. Because so many people get a little snifter of money. Like, fucking hell, imagine if I just took his business over there. Imagine if I took his. Before you know it, they're like, very precious.
It's the whole like dog eat dog world, isn't it? But it's not dog eat dog world. People need to understand it's not at all. It's actually not. I mean, because if you look at everybody that went down that route, where are they? In prison. Like, it's like the whole Wolf of Wall Street. Like, I don't know why people find him so inspiring. No disrespect, but I just find that baffling to me. It's like, I'm going to go to his event and learn how to sell. It's like, bro, he didn't sell. I could
embezzled.
Bro, it's actually a terrifying thought sometimes that I could literally ring someone up and say, hey, I've got an investment that's going to return 20%, and they'll throw 100 grand at me. That's not being good at sales. That's being a liar. So it's like, I find it really weird, that thing, but I'm not here to take shots at him specifically. I just find it funny how it's like the greatest salesman in the world. It's like, well, no, because he didn't actually sell anything. He just scammed people. And that is very much like the dog eat dog mentality, innit? Whereas like, I'd rather go the longer route.
And they'll feed, it's not feeding people bullshit that they want to hear. Because like, I can meet someone today, so can you. We can meet someone who is an element of desperation. They're looking off, they want the feeling of being heard. I can tell that person at whatever that exact moment is, because I'm good at sales, so are you. We can tell them whatever we wanted to hear. And they'd be like, oh my God, this person cares about me. They're not. They just want you in their fucking network so they can earn money off of you. And in 6 to 12 months' time, when they're doing something else, when they're fucking someone else over, like, you're like, oh my God, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have done this move. And we've seen it so many times in the network marketing space where that happens. And you're like, man, I'm so glad I stayed true to who I am, what I'm doing. Because like, no one can ever call what we've done. out. And be like, oh, they fucked me over. They screwed me over for this. They took all this. They did all that. Like, fucking hell, I wish.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, man, I would P600 for 2.5 years.
This is why, in my opinion, you have to have a coach that's got an unbiased opinion about what you do, because especially network marketing is just a really great opportunity to use examples, because it is people, free will, and money, which equals disaster. You know, so to be able to make it work just shows that, wow, this guy really has something going for him. But it's like, but in network marketing, you get so focused on to like, this is my leader, this is my upline, and what he does, I'm gonna do. I always say to my team, listen, if I leave tomorrow, I hope that you don't just follow me. Now, if they do, then that's great. I'm very honored and whatever. And we did actually have this scenario, unfortunately, not too long ago. But I don't want a team of followers. I want a team of leaders at the end of the day. And so again, that's why I'm able to make decisions. And people will make you feel a bad way if you don't follow them. And that's when they kind of expose themselves, where I've always been like, okay, cool. Well, and actually this does come back from my first experience of someone taking my team. I'll never forget it. You know, I was in Organo, like, what an amazing company, by the way. And I was about a year in, still making like $5 a month. Couldn't even get it out the e-wallet because you need $6 to get it out. And
still an ownership though.
Literally. And then all of a sudden, someone like took my team, and I thought, I didn't even know you could do that. I was like, do you go prison or something for that? Like, I was so naive back then. I was just a young, like, naive
kid.
The
company will stand up for you. And
I was like, this is crazy. I can't believe you just done that to me. And I was like, oh, people do that. Well, listen, I'm never going to do that because I know that makes me feel. And that's why anyone could. I will literally give someone a Bitcoin if they can show me a message of me trying to recruit someone's team. I've genuinely, hand on heart, never done it. And if they say they have, it's because that's a story they told themselves to justify the way they are and why their team wanted to leave or whatever. Because I've never actually done that ever, even when I've been told to do it. And so when people do that, I kind of sit back and say, well, I'm not in a rush because I don't need money. I don't need a commission to pay my bills. You know, I'm not in debt to some random person who could just out me on Instagram if I don't do what they say. I'm just going to sit here, chill, watch you guys run around, expose yourself, and then I'll make a decision for myself. And in the meantime, I'll speak to my coach. That's exactly what I did. And in the meantime, I'll speak to a coach, like, you know, my coach, and think what he has to say about it. And like, thank God, because now, you know, I'm in a different position, and glad I didn't, because something else could have happened quite easily. You know, we won't go into it. But yeah, man, it's a fascinating space. Leadership is a topic that I'm really excited about, and over the next few months we'll be sharing a lot more. So 100%. It's a powerful. I think now we're kind of unlocking certain avenues, certain aspects that we can dive down and get into, and that'll definitely impact a hell of a lot more people around us. And yeah, I'm excited for it, mate, because like we've been, I hate using the word sideline for a long, long time, and now, you know, having a very familiar person who's a very similar character, we're almost like two peas in a pod to an extent. Like aligned, doing the same shit. Even though I'm not building MLM, network marketing, you know, we've still got stuff that we're aligned on when it comes to leadership, when it comes to community, you know, it comes to helping people make money. And I think that's very, very powerful when you can start to be along them side of people, and we can all do his own shit. I've got my podcast studio, my cafe. You're not involved in them. So like, but that doesn't mean that you don't want to see me, you not win. And I think that's the powerful thing that people need to really start taking a look at is, do you get frustrated when you see other people winning? Do you want to like almost piss on that parade to an extent? Or are you genuinely happy to see them win and you're just waiting for your come up at the same time? And I think that's where a lot of people miss out on. And either one of those outcomes comes from an experience you've had before. You know, that's the thing. Why am I not happy for other people? Oh, because I think they cheated their way. That's none of your business, mate. That was their route. That's the choice. That's the choice. What you can say is, I don't want to do it that way. But reverse engineering the way you think is very powerful.
I'm going to do it after this, even just after what you've spoken.
Why does this annoy me? Because at the end of the day, it's like you're in a business where people have free will to do whatever they want. So if they go and do that, that's their free will, man. The same as someone has the free will to go and do whatever they want in this world, you know, someone could go and kill someone tomorrow if they wanted to, or someone could go and donate half their net worth. It's like people can, so why does what other people do affect you? Maybe it's a lack of confidence in yourself. Maybe it's like something that's happened to you from the past, which is a lot of things that affected me.
Childhood stuff,
and you go forward and you get stronger and better, and these things don't annoy you. And it's like,
because when you talk about this now, like, I'll never forget playing pro football, Huddersfield Town. I was scoring 4 or 5 goals a game.
Yeah,
I was quick as fuck up front, and all the time on the sideline, my dad would be doing this. More.
Yeah.
Should be better. Should be faster. Should be doing more. I'm like, fucking hell, Dad, I've scored 7 goals. Winning 7-0.
Yeah.
Like, what else can I be doing? So, like, when you start to look at that there, that was from me being 7, 8. I've had that probably twice a week, every week until I was 19.
Yeah.
So, like, it's all that little thing that you probably don't pay attention. I've just thought about it while we're talking about this.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm thinking, right, well, I've always got to be doing better.
Yeah.
No matter the top of where I am, the amount of money I'm earning, the business that I've built, I always need to be doing better.
Yeah.
So that's why even yesterday I finished a podcast and I'm like, fucking, I need to do this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've gone and rewritten a whole structure of my business because, like, I know now where I am to get to that next level, which is a level that no one can tell me where I need to get to.
Yeah.
But I'm setting it.
Yeah.
I've got to do this. And I'm like, fucking hell, Brad, like, you've only just done this.
Yeah. Yeah,
Powerful.
and there'll be a reason why your dad's doing that as well. Maybe he wanted to be a footballer and didn't work out for him, because at the end of the day, the first dream we have is usually our parents' dream, because they say, right, I didn't get to do this, so my son's going to do it. That's what they say. It's like, all right, my daughter's going to do ballet because I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? It's like, and then your first dream is usually your parents' dream. But yeah, there's always a reason behind everything we do, and it's powerful.
Yeah. I think we'll wrap it up. We've
Yes.
got into some fucking deep topics there, nearly an hour in.
Nice.
But man, I'm excited for the stuff that we're doing, that we're building.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see you thrive, building out your stuff with all your leadership, branding, all of that, the impact you're going to have. And, you know, we've been in 10 years. Or it's 8, I'm going to call it a decade.
Yeah,
It's easy.
a decade, pretty much.
But yeah, I appreciate every single one of you tuning in. If you're not already doing so, what's your Instagrams, YouTube, socials?
Dan Jukes Official is the Instagram. To be fair, I don't really get out too much on the online, but it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. So search Dan Jukes on YouTube, because that'll be where he starts doing some more of his leadership stuff. And I already know this guy. He'll give every single bean, every ounce of his knowledge away, probably FOC, free of charge, no doubt. So guys, make sure you do that. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. This has been a sick podcast. I'm fired up. I've learned a lot about myself, so I appreciate you.
Sweet, bro.
Thank you, mate.